Pristina is the capital city. It's pretty cool. It's a college city. A lot of colleges are there that people from like surrounding country would send their kids into, because it's not like Utah is like pretty much city from like Provo up to like Logan is like, it's either city or suburban area. It's not like gaps. But in Pristina, it's like either a city or part of the city like limits, or it's like a village where you might not have running water. So anyone that goes to a school in like a village in the 100 miles around it would send all their college-age kids that wanted to go to college into Pristina. So it's like very young environment. A lot of the kids, well, young because there's not a lot of old people because of the ethnic cleansing. So a lot of young people, a lot of English speaking. I actually had a problem because I served in Albania for 6 weeks and then I got transferred up, and I was there for 3 months, and it's a lot easier to speak English after 6 weeks in the country than trying to first learn the Kosovar dialect, which is, it's like the northern dialect, but like worse because it's farther north. And then so like halfway through my time there, I realized that my English is like, my Albanian was going down, and because I just spoke English to everyone, and that's no good if I ever want to go back to Albania. So I had to like make an effort to speak Albanian, even with my companion, like even when no one's around, just to be able to continue learning it, because a lot of people would speak English, or if they found out that you don't speak Albanian very well, they would like grab their friend who spoke English. They didn't ever have the communist regime, so Albania professes itself to be like 70% Muslim. Kosovo was like 98%, like everyone's Muslim. And Serbians were Christian, and so it was kind of seen as a divide as far as religion as well. So even if you wanted to be Christian, it was like not encouraged. It was discouraged to be Christian because that was a Serbian thing, and Kosovars are Muslim. So it was going from, getting 10 lessons a day, no sweat. It was a big change to like, oh no, I'm Muslim and I go to the mosque every week. And so there's no way that I'm interested in what you have to say. They have at least one military base, I think maybe 2 or 3. My uncle actually served on one of the military bases there before I served in Kosovo. They were teaching the Kosovars how to defend themselves and building up their army and everything. So that was kind of interesting. They have it's called Bonsteel, I think, the big, NATO military base. One of the guys in the ward that was from the base worked in the northern border, and there were still semi-disputes with Serbians and Kosovar on the northern border of it. The whole country is not very big. It's it takes maybe four hours to drive across, and some of the roads aren't so good, and you could still get across in just a few hours, which is hard. It's smaller than a state. It's smaller than Maryland as a country. As far as catching up with a Western society, it was way ahead of Albania. So it's a lot of big corporations, a lot of in the cities, it was a lot more businessmen and people trying to get the economy off the ground. A lot more other countries, national recognition. Because they were trying to become recognized separate from Serbia, and so they're doing a lot of publicity stuff. They hung up Honduras flags because I think that someone from Honduras visited. So they had Honduras flags all over the city randomly. We had no idea what they were. It wasn't until years later someone showed me a flag, and I was like, I have seen that. They put them all over Kosovo for 2 weeks. I have no idea why. And they're like, oh, it's a Honduras flag. And I was like, who knows why they did that, but probably because of some diplomat or something that was coming through.